Hello everyone, how's it going today? Thanks for all the amazing comments on yesterday's video, and a couple of you were a little confused. Some of you guys knew way more than me, which is awesome. So I guess the main thing to take away from that was, just let me get on the road here nice and safe, no cars coming either direction, which is the best. Before we start, as you can see, the gas prices have dropped about 20 to 30 cents because they finally abolished a carbon tax. I believe it's carbon tax. There's a tax that they had on the gas that people were complaining about, and so they removed it eventually. I'm not sure how long it's been debated for. I didn't even know there was one of these taxes on our gas. It is so windy. But, you know, gas over the last, I don't know, 6 months to a year has been at least $1.40 plus. Sometimes it dropped to $1.30, high $1.30, but mainly it's been about over $1.40. So now it's dropped at least 20 to 30 cents. So now it's $1.24. Awesome. So I can do more trips with not spending as much money. Okay, back to yesterday's video. So one of you guys said, if you didn't pay your taxes for 3 years, it's not like they come, put a lock on your house and take your house away from you. It seems that I guess it would go through courts, and the town would take you to court probably and say, well, you need to start paying this money for the last 3 years of your taxes, and they'd set up a payment plan, and they might also, what do they call it? They attach that installment off your paycheck if you had like a normal job. There's a big turkey vulture in that ditch looking for, there's probably a dead animal in there. So they don't just come in and sweep your house and property out from underneath you. They try to do it as civil as possible. And then there are tiers. So if you have a mortgage, if you have a lien on your house, there's tiers. So I think the town gets their tax money first, then the bank gets their mortgage money, and then any other layer of people that you owe money to would be taken care of, and then whatever's left would be yours. But I think that's super worst case scenario. I'm not sure even about the car. Like, if I was driving right now and I didn't register my car for 6 months to a year, so I have to register every 5 years, my health card and my driver's license. There are two completely different things. I just happen to go in there to get them both done at the same time, so don't get those two confused. The health card has nothing to do with driving. The driving has nothing to do with my health card. So the driver's license is funny because I only got notifications through texting, through emailing, saying, hey Ken, you know, your license is due in May on your birthday. Make sure you come in and get it done as soon as possible so you're not overdue and then you get a ticket. So it'd be interesting if I didn't do that for 6 months and I got pulled over, how many tickets would there be and how much would each one of those tickets cost? More questions. And how much would those tickets cost relevant to the $90 for 5 years? I think that's pretty good. I can't remember what the stickers were worth here in Ontario. I'm not sure if it depended on what kind of car you had. I don't think so. There might be a difference between trucks and cars and SUVs. There's possibly a difference there. And if you have dual wheels, like if our Sprinter was 3,500, it'd have dualies. Let me get on the highway. There's a big truck right here. And he is booking it. All right, we are safe. As you can see, the weather is nuts right now. And I am on my way up to the cottage to make sure everything's fine. Make sure there's no big trees, big branches or whatever on the roof that possibly made a hole in it. If there is, then I'll have to like zip into town, maybe buy a couple supplies and then just kind of patch it up temporarily until we go up there in late April, early May. So back to the health card and the license. So the health card, again, is completely separate from driving. It has nothing to do with that. Here in Ontario, we have basically free healthcare, but all of our taxes for our house, probably all other taxes that we when we spend money, we pay taxes on it. A percentage of all the taxes that you pay goes towards the healthcare. So if you get cancer and you need chemotherapy, it's free. Like, you don't have to pay anything out of your pocket. You don't have to get to the bank and get a loan to pay for your surgery or your broken leg. There's certain things over time that OHIP, which is Ontario Health Insurance Plan, that takes care of us. But they, over time, like, they used to cover like everything they covered. But if you had, I don't know if you guys remember, way back on YouTube, I put up a video about an eye surgery I had, and there's a thing called a chalazion, or I don't think it's called a sty, it's a chalazion. So it's basically like a boil or a cyst or whatever that's inside your eyelid. So it's kind of like a zit or a boil or whatever, but it's inside your eyelid. And I think like the whitehead faces the inside of your eyes. I'm not sure how you get it or why you get it, but people get it. So to Ontario healthcare, that's a cosmetic surgery. So you can't go and get that kind of thing done, or if you just didn't like something on your face or whatever, you can't get that done for free. So they only cover, broken legs, arms, diseases, and things that you possibly get. Again, if you guys know way more about this and you're from Ontario, and I think every province is different, but when I had that done, I had to pay for everything. So when I went to the doctor, this is what the health card's for. The health card has a picture of me, has all the information about me. So when I go to just a regular doctor, I show it to them. When I go to the eye doctor, if I go to the eyes, nose, ears, nose, throat specialist, I show them the card. Any doctor appointment, I show them the card. So when I went to the eye doctor or the doctor about my eye, they said it's a chalazion, we'll say about the surgery, but it costs money. So my doctor's appointment that helped me figure out what to do was free, technically free. I didn't have to pay anything out of my pocket, but again, all of our taxes go towards that, which is great. And so I had to pay, I don't know, I can't remember. It's been a long time since I thought about that. So it was like $200 and something for the doctor to do the surgery on my eye. And if you want to watch that video, you can find it. I think it's on my vlog channel. I'm not 100% sure because I can't remember what year that happened. It was way back before I think I started doing food reviews, way back before then. So there you go. So the health card helps us with doctor's appointments and specialists and all that stuff. And if we have to go to the hospital for any reason, if I was really sick with pneumonia or whatever, you just go to the hospital and they just take care of you. And you leave and that's it. They heal you and you leave and that's it. So that is just, again, the proof that I am who I am. Before there was no picture, it was just a number and a name. And technically I could probably give it to Joe Schmo, a friend of mine who's over here from England. And I guess they were trying to stop that kind of fraud from happening because that affects our healthcare. So our healthcare is completely separate from the driving, and it keeps us as a province, as a country, healthy and safe. And then again, our driver's license, you have to pay every 5 years, $90. And that means I can drive for another 5 years without having to deal with renewing my license. Now, since I made that video and then I edited, as I was editing it, I was thinking about the whole, paying your house taxes, property taxes, that's the same thing, and your renewal of your license. To me, that's just, you're helping your community. So when I pay my tax, I pay it twice a year. I pay bi-yearly. I pay in like February and September, something like that. And so it's split up. If I went to my town, I could probably just do monthly, but I don't mind doing it bi-yearly. It's not that crazy. I think my taxes at my particular small house is, I think it's like $1,400. I think my aunt in Winnipeg, I think she pays $5,000 a year because I'm a much bigger house. I don't know why the property taxes in Winnipeg are so much higher. Again, her house is way bigger than our house, so that's possibly why. I don't know. So again, after thinking about all your comments, after thinking about paying taxes, you're just helping your community. So those taxes technically don't really affect your home or your property. So you still own your home, you still own your property, but you have to pay taxes, and all those taxes goes towards garbage pickup, snow removal, road repairs, and school taxes, or goes to the schools. Whether you have kids or not, you pay a part of your property taxes. It helps the schools and it helps your children get a really good education, and make sure all the teachers are paid properly and all that stuff. So you are basically contributing to your town, city, or whatever. But again, some of you guys say you don't pay property taxes, and a lot of you guys do pay property taxes, but we need those property taxes to keep the infrastructure going. If I lived in Newmarket like Paul, I think water is separate. So your hydro separate, your water separate. What else would be separate? Your sewage. I don't know, actually, I think sewage would be part of the infrastructure. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm really glad I made that video yesterday. It got all you guys engaged and talking, and I really loved reading all your comments. So thanks for participating in yesterday's vlog. Today I'm just going up to the cottage, like I said, make sure everything's fine, and also drop off a bunch of stuff that we've had stored at our house that should have gone up to the cottage late fall, but we bring home some of the bedding and stuff and we wash it at our house. So our last day at the cottage usually is Thanksgiving, and so usually Carol and I will take a bunch of bedding home. My sister will take a bunch of bedding home. My mom will take a bunch of bedding home, and we all take our share of washing it and then bringing it back up to the cottage. So it's just being fair to everybody and not just being dumped on one person or one family group member. So I have to drop all that stuff off and check the cottage. So stay tuned. We'll be making another vlog at the cottage. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye.